Okay, we are now recording, so please make sure your mics are off. Everyone's going to be able to hear everything going on in the background if your mic is on. So I am Holly Webb. I'm a double diamond leader, soon to be triple, like hopefully any day now. Basically what I wanted to talk about tonight was kind of just a rundown of the most frequently asked questions. I was listening to a podcast earlier and it kind of like smacked me in the face. Like I really connected with it. What they were saying is as you grow into more of like a leadership position, you can really like bottleneck your business if you aren't teaching people how to find the answers and where to find the answers to their questions instead of just answering them for them. So that's kind of where the inspiration for this came from. I'm sure a lot of you are in the group chats. You see a lot of the same questions. So I kind of wanted to go over the main, I think I have like 25 different ones written down. I'm either going to give you the answer or tell you exactly where to find the answer. That way, you guys will know then for yourselves, but we're also recording this. So when you enroll new distributors, you can send them this video and it'll kind of give them a rundown on like, just kind of general how-tos and, they're probably going to have the same kind of questions you guys did. Okay, so to start, loyal customers. There's 3 types of customers. We have our loyal customers with the auto ship. We have our loyal customers that can enroll with the $50 enrollment. And then you have your retail customers. So the auto ship customers, it's free for them to join. They don't have to pay an enrollment. What they do, though, is they need to purchase at least one product each month for 3 months. After the 3 months, they can turn their auto ship on and off as much as they want. They're not locked into one product. If they get the defining gel the first month and they're like, you know what, like I'm just not really sure about this, hey, no problem. Let's switch you to something else. Another nice thing, like because of the nature of our products, you can't really like, sorry, if you can hear my son screaming in the background, I'm sorry. I told my husband this was a terrible time to put him to bed. Anyway, if a customer isn't happy with their product, once the product's already open, they're actually not able to get like a refund on that. So what I say to people, if they tell me like, oh, I started this hair, skin, and nails and, I just don't like it, say like, well, you know what, you're not locked into that product. You don't have to purchase that product for the next 2 months. Let's find something else for you. Typically that just makes people happy that you're willing to work with them and that they don't have to spend money on products that they don't want. So definitely keep that in mind. Once the product is open, it cannot be returned. Due to the nature of our products, really, there's no way for us to like know for sure that people are using the products consistently, that they are using the products the way they're intended to be used. So that's kind of what I tell people when they ask me that. Okay, so then the $50 enrollment, this would be kind of like a Costco membership. They can pay $50 one time, and then they still get all the perks that loyal customers have. Just they aren't locked into any kind of like auto ship requirements at all. Now, going back to the auto ship, if you have a customer who enrolls and says like, yeah, I'm going to waive the $50 fee, let's do the 3 months, and then they decide after 2 months that they're not doing it for a 3rd month, they will get charged that $50 fee. You need to make sure that your customers know that. If you're talking to them and you say like, we waive the $50 fee to do the 3 months, they are making that, commitment then like to the 3 months. So if they then decide they're not doing it, then they pay the $50 enrollment fee. So just something to keep in mind, with your customers. And then retail customers, that's a customer who enrolls, pays full price. They don't have any of the perks that loyal customers get. Basically, yeah, they're paying full price for the product. Those customers, as you're building your team, you'll start moving customers around. Retail customers cannot be moved. Just something, to keep in mind as you're growing your team. Loyal customers earn perk points. Perk points are approximately, I think it's like 1 perk point per like every $10. They cannot start using the perk points until their 3-month commitment has been met. Once that has been, you can go in and pull up a perk point report. You can have them go in, they'll see it on their thing. The perk points can be used towards like non-sale items. If we're running like a BOGO, they might not be able to use the perk points on that, but they work like it works dollars. Now, as loyal customers continue to order, their perk points continue to grow. After 6 months, I believe they get an extra 50. We'll have to like look into that. I'm pretty sure at 6 months it's an extra 50, and at 1 year it's like an extra 100. The perk points do expire. They expire 30 days after the last auto ship is run. So it's just, if a customer wants to turn off their auto ship after 3 months, let them know then, like, hey, no problem at all. I just wanted to let you know you have 40 perk points you can use towards any purchase. It does not apply to tax and shipping though. Keep that in mind too. Another thing about loyal customers, a lot of the girls on here are newer, and they still have access to the shopping spree if they get their 4 loyal customers in the first 30 days. Something to keep in mind, a loyal customer, anybody can like sign as a loyal customer, but what you need is qualified loyal customers. Basically, that means that it can't be somebody that lives in your house. Your husband can't sign up and be one of your 4 qualified loyal customers to go towards bonuses and shopping sprees, that sort of thing. They are more than welcome to sign up as loyal customers. They just don't count towards any of those extra perks. Also, sometimes you'll come across somebody who is a potential customer, and at one point in the past, they did order through another distributor. In no way would I ever encourage anybody to go after anyone's loyal customers. That's not cool at all. But occasionally you will run into somebody who their distributor that they signed with isn't working anymore, or whatever, they had a big falling out. When the circumstances are not like questionable, be aware that they can enroll under you. They do have to start the 3 months over again, and they must use a different email address than they had used in the past. If they go in and enroll with the same email address they used in the past, it goes right back to their old account, even if they went to your site. So just keep that in mind. You definitely want to make sure, you're talking to people. If they had tried products in the past, kind of find out what happened there. And then how customers can enroll. There's a few ways you can do that. I usually send people to my site, and I will kind of like walk them through. I like getting them in a text message, because then I can pull up my site, pull up the product that they wanted, and I can send that right to them. And then I say, like, here's the hair, skin, and nails. You're going to select the first loyal customer option at checkout. And that just makes things like really simple. You also can enroll for them. You can do that on your site, and you will need to do that. If their billing and shipping address do not match up, you have to enroll for them, or they need to call customer service. So I know Chelsea loves to enroll her own customers. If that's a preference of yours, like, that's great. It's like an extra, kind of service we can provide for them. We do have a list of the information that you're going to need for that. To enroll loyal customers, you need their name, their address, their email. I think it might ask for their birthday and their phone number. And you're going to need their billing and shipping information. Now, with distributors, if you're personally enrolling a distributor, you're going to need to help them come up with a name for their site, and you're also going to need their social security number. So, some people get a little weirded out by that. Again, you can just send them to your site. I'm sure a lot of you have noticed Facebook will not let you send your link. If you, basically, how much money did you give Facebook out of your last paycheck? Like, nothing. They don't really appreciate people making money using Facebook as their platform, and they don't get a cut of it. So, that's kind of why we can't really use our site and links and everything to send to people. A couple ways around this. Get their phone number. I will even say, like, hey, here's my number. Shoot me a text, and I'll send you a link directly to the product that you want. You can make a graphic. WordSwag is amazing for this, like my favorite app for doing things like that. WordSwag, you can go on and make like a graphic, get like a cool background, put your site on there. I used to make, oh good. So in the near future, we'll be able to send clickable links. That's great. So yeah, anyway, you can make a graphic. Sometimes if, like I used to in the past when we had like a really hot product or even something like ThermoX would be great for this, my graphic would lay it out. Step 1, go to my site, and I'd have it there. Step 2, go to shop. Step 3, go to weight management. Kind of like walk them through the steps. It'll make things easier for you. Shipping. A lot of people, like currently, are having issues with, the thermo being on back order, and they're not sure about things like that. That's a question like we get constantly, is about shipping. So on your end of things, what you can see is if an order was printed, and then it'll say shipped once it's shipped. The customer, though, is the one that's going to get the email with the tracking information in it. If there's any kind of issue with shipping or tracking or anything like that, that's a customer service area. There's nothing that your upline can really do about it. Like, so the best thing I would recommend, if you have a customer who's asking a question like, hey, I ordered something, blah, 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 could you look into it for me? You're going to log into eSuite, go to Reports, go to TreeViewer. You can pull up their account. If it says shipped, have them check their email. That email should have a tracking, should have the tracking info in there. If for whatever reason they don't, have them place a ticket. They can literally go to support. Here's my order number. I kind of wanted to figure out what was going on with this. But typically those sort of things, there's nothing really that your upline is going to be able to do about a delayed order. That would be a customer service issue. Same thing with returns. That would be a customer service thing. The phone numbers for our customer service, right there on our main site. But you can place tickets for anything you need. They can place tickets for anything they need. They do have the option to turn on help. They need to turn on that distributor help, though, in order for you to make any kind of request on their behalf. In the past, we used to be able to go in and say, like, oh, I want to cancel this person's auto ship. But now they need to actually go in, select distributor help, and they can turn on all these different areas, like to allow you access to their billing, to their auto ship, just different things like that. You can have your customers do that, and then you can take care of that for them. Another thing, one of the biggest questions we get is, can somebody with X, Y, and Z use a product? Can somebody breastfeeding use this product? Can somebody with diabetes use this? Can someone with thyroid issues? We are not allowed to say, yes, they can. I know one of the big ones is like being pregnant. When I was pregnant, MyOB approved a few products for me. When somebody asks about those products, that's what I say. I say, like, I can't tell you, yes, MyOB said that they were great. Here is the product information so you can give it to your doctor. We have access to the ingredients to every single product. To access them, you can have either them go to your site and pull it up there, or you can log into eSuite, go to Documents, and then Product Info. You can literally pull up everything. If somebody wants to know if a product has caffeine. You can find out there. They want to know if there's, you know, seafood in one of the products. Like, we have access to all of that. When you ask, you know, go into a group chat and ask, it's just somebody else going and looking at that too. Like, we all have access to it. So if you ever have questions, or you have, should you go to, yeah, you should go with the documents. Basically, what I would tell people, I would provide them with the ingredient sheets and then let them make that decision. If somebody is diabetic and they're not sure, you know, about a specific product, they can just give them the product info. Typically, somebody will know, you know, how many grams of sugar is too much, how many, you know, how much caffeine is too much, that sort of thing. I would let them decide. You can definitely say, like, well, in my opinion, I would give my kid chocolate greens. But technically, you know, you have to be like, let them make that decision. That's kind of like a liability thing. Yeah, you can also go and screenshot the ingredients for them. Okay, another thing. We run a ton of promos, product promos, distributor promos. One of the first places you will hear about any of these would be on like Mark or Cammie's Facebook page. Typically, they go live Sunday nights when we have our family call. That's typically when things are announced. Any information you need about that at all, you can log into eSuite and go to your documents and go to promo. Yeah, Mark Pentecost, our CEO. It literally will have all the details written out for you. So typically when we have a new promotion, I'll go into eSuite and I'll just print it out. That way when somebody asks me a question, like, I have it right there, the official rules, the official requirements, all that kind of stuff. I have never had them, well, I've never seen that they've like made some kind of promo and didn't like immediately then have all the official rules and regulations posted there for us. So yes, anything you need, guys, eSuite is amazing. Okay. Occasionally, we will have loyal customers who have credit card decline. When that happens, their card will rerun. I think it's the last Friday of the month. Their card will rerun. It'll try to process the order again. If you happen to get an email that says, you know, so-and-so, your loyal customer, their card failed to process again. If you did not personally enroll that customer, please reach out to the person who did. Don't reach out to that customer. This would be in a situation where, like, let's say I signed a customer and I moved it under Amber, and then, you know, the customer's card declined. I should be the one going to that customer and just simply saying, like, hey, you know, we were having some trouble processing your order. Do you have an updated card you wanted me to use? You know, say something like that. But to have a complete stranger contact you about your card being declined, it's just not, it's not good. So yes, definitely talk to the people who enrolled it and let them kind of address that issue. Can somebody from another country order? Yes, here is how you can tell what countries people can order from. When you go onto your main site, it'll say like USA, like up at the top. You can click a drop down and it will have a list of all the countries that people can select. Those are all the countries that, you know, people can buy from. Here's the thing, they need to be on their site. If you have a potential customer from Canada, we don't offer all of our products in all of the countries that we, you know, do operate in, and the prices can be different. The promos can be different. So just, you know, keep that in mind. If you are talking to a potential customer from another country, the prices may not be the same. You might want to get on your site, change that over to whatever country it is, and check out the products, make sure the product is available to them, check out the pricing on that. That's definitely like a big one for Canada. We do a lot of business in Canada, and we just don't, sometimes the products will sell out there, but we still have it here, just things like that. So I would just get on whatever country they're from and check it out and just make sure. Okay, being commission qualified. So this is obviously huge. To be commission qualified, you need to either run your 80 BV auto ship before the 25th of the month, or have 150 personal bonus volume. This means customers directly under you, not customers you signed and moved to somebody else. The 150 can be a combination of loyal customers and a personal order, but the 80 BV auto ship, it has to be a one-time order. Like, you can't go in and place a 30 BV, like at the ThermoFight X, and then 2 weeks later go in and get the shake. It doesn't work out like that. So when you enroll, though, your first month, like let's say you enroll February 10th, you're commission qualified already. So you're good. You don't have to worry about that. You do want to get your 4 loyal customers so you can get your shopping spree, all that kind of stuff, but you are automatically commission qualified your first month. But after that, obviously if you have yes, you can absolutely change the date of your auto ship. Any distributors or customers can change the date of their auto ship. It needs to run before the 25th. The 25th of every month. Let's say you had a customer enroll on the 27th of February. Their auto ship is going to run on March 25th. So anyone who orders after the 25th of the month, the following month, it will run on the 25th. And it runs at midnight. So something to keep in mind too, as distributors, you need to have your auto ship set up before, like on the 24th or before, or you need to contact customer service. I have had distributors who got on the 25th and they weren't able to set up their auto ship to actually process that day without calling customer service. So make sure it's set up by the 24th so that it can run at midnight. Last thing I have, because this has kind of been a big one lately, taxes. You will get a 1099. In the beginning, when you enroll, you have to fill in your tax info, like your social or your employee identification number, and you will get a 1099 if you make more than $600 in the calendar year. Okay, like, so for all of 2018, if you made more than $600, you can go into your settings, and that's where you can find your 1099. If you did not make $600, you won't find anything there. So that being said, I am a former accountant, so this is like something that I'm like a little anal about. Keep your receipts, guys. Keep your receipts for everything. If you go out to lunch with a potential loyal customer, keep the receipt. If you go to Staples and get all kind of office supplies and ink and all that, keep your receipt. Not everything is going to be 100% deductible. So don't go wild and just think you're going to take every single person you've ever met out to lunch and then you're going to write it all off. Like, only a certain percentage of that is actually tax deductible. Just keep your receipts. I was telling Sam about this. You can get, once you start making like a lot of money, it's not a bad idea to get QuickBooks and just kind of track things that way, just to make things easier for you, at the end of the year. Anyway, that is all I have on my list. Do any of the other leaders have anything they wanted to add? I will have to unmute you, so I guess raise your hand.
I do. I know you guys can't see me. I'm actually feeding Delaney again, current time. Oh. But perfect thing to remind you of too. So obviously, I talked about this on Tuesday, but if you weren't on, we have our team chat. It's in our Diamond Tribe page. If you click on chats at the top, there's a February team chat. You can add yourself to it. It's a lot of newer distributors in there. It goes off all day long. I try and answer it as much as I can, but good place if you have a quick question where you think, maybe another distributor could possibly help you. You can go in there. But if you have a question that you feel like other people could benefit from, like a question like, does ThermoFight affect someone with diabetes? Ask on the team page. That way, other people can search for that post too if they need that answer, or more than one leader can help you. With that February chat, I kind of get lost sometimes with how many comments are in there. Your question might get missed. But if you post it in either Diamond Tribe or Diamond Makers, there's a lot more to leaders that are going to be able to help you with that. And with Holly was talking with about the auto ship. So I know a lot of people get in this because they don't want to spend a lot of money to make a lot of money. I will tell you in the very beginning, I didn't have any money. I had to scratch together $99 to join the company. So an auto ship to me was super scary. I didn't want to have that automatic charge coming out because, to be honest with you guys, I didn't even know if I would have that amount of money in my bank account. But a good thing to do is order a pack of wraps with your auto ship, sell them for $25 a piece, and you're making the money to pay for your auto ship and your website right there. So all of those things are being included. Or order keto coffee. That way you can sell the keto coffees for $4 or $5 a piece. Buy things that you can turn a profit on, so you're putting money back into your business. You'll get to a certain point when you're Ruby, Emerald, and above where you're like, okay, I'm just going to order the products that I want because you're making that extra commission. But if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of money, if you're living paycheck to paycheck or less than paycheck to paycheck like I was, get something that you're going to make money back off of. Or work really hard to make sure that you have your loyal customers in place, that you don't have to run your auto ship. But I'm kind of a person that makes sure that auto ship is rule. I never want to miss a paycheck because someone returned a product or had a credit card decline and I didn't have an auto ship in place, so I'm now unable to get paid. So it's up to you if you want to do it or not, but that's just my little input. Amber, you have your hand up, so I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead, Amber.
Hey, sorry, I don't have my video on, but I don't know. I jumped on a little late. Did you guys go over wrap rewards?
No. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. So, guys, wrap rewards are awesome. And it's not only, it's for facials, it's for the body wraps, and it's for keto coffee now. So, how you get a wrap reward is every time that you enroll 2 customers, you get a wrap reward. So usually, like if you would do an auto ship, like on your normal like distributor auto ship, there would be $59 for 4 wraps. With your like wrap rewards, you get 4 wraps for $25. Is that right? And then keto,
a 4 wraps for $25 or half off keto coffee.
Right, $19 for keto coffee. So, I mean, that in itself is motivation to just go out and get 2 loyal customers, because I don't know about you guys, but keto coffee is life. And if you can get it half off by just enrolling 2 customers, I mean, that's pretty awesome. So, and how you get to that is you just go to orders and then you go to applicator rewards on the left-hand side. And then it is tax-free, and you don't have to pay for shipping. You don't have to pay for tax. So it's literally $25 for 4 wraps or $19 for keto coffee.
And just a little thing, if you have distributors under you and you are moving customers to your distributors, you will not keep those wrap rewards. So if you enroll 2 loyal customers, you have to keep those customers underneath you in order to keep your wrap reward. If you are working towards executive or Ruby and you're moving customers around, you will not keep the reward. However, if you have a distributor under you, say your spouse, because you enrolled them for $20, you put 2 customers underneath them to Fast Start, they're now going to get that product reward. So you still kind of keep it. I don't know if Holly mentioned this while I was gone, but also payday is going to come up in a couple of weeks. If you are a brand new distributor and you are getting paid for the very first time, you will get an email the day that we get paid to set up your pay account. So you will not be able to do it beforehand. That actual day, the first time it works, emails you and says, congratulations, you made X amount of dollars today. They will follow that up with an email. If you don't get that email, just get with your enroller, and we have a website and also a phone number that you can call to get that set up. So first time you get paid is going to be on the 15th of the month, and that'll be for the entirety of February. Okay, guys?
Okay, I did see someone else had their hand up. John, let me see. Do you have your mic on, John? Can't hear you. John, do you want to type your question in the chat and we can answer that for you? Did anybody else have anything that they wanted to add that would be helpful? Anyone? Okay, well, we will jump off then. We're at 8:31. Thank you everyone for jumping on and, you know, letting us just kind of go over the, you know, a little overview of the most asked questions. Obviously, your leaders are always here. Your enroller is always here to answer questions, you know, that come up, anything we haven't addressed. And if you guys have anything that you think would be really helpful for us to share in the future, let us know. We're always looking for ideas. We do these Zooms to help everybody. So whatever you guys think would be helpful for us to talk about, whatever you guys want to learn more about, definitely let us know that. And, you know, Caitlin has Tuesdays, me, Amber, and Chelsea do Thursdays. So, you know, we definitely have the time. So you guys let us know what you need. All right, chat one last time. All right, everyone, thanks for jumping on and have a good night.